Alright, hopping into game number 2 here. We'll have to see if anything could change here. Saints just had themselves quite the hard time versus this University of Texas Dallas squad. UTD looking absolutely fantastic on the defensive side of things, which just made their attacking side just that much easier for game number 1. And we'll have to see what happens this time by, considering now we're on Oregon, which, like I was saying before, is notoriously a rough map here for St. Clair. In regards to the bans, so far relatively standard in regards to the Thatcher pick being taken off, but the Saints, I believe, just were, or not the Saints, but the side of UTD, not going to be playing around with the Jackal this time by, so we're going to get rid of that, which means one more defensive ban on the side of St. Clair. Whom do they not want to deal with this time by? With Mira already taken off the board, it is going to be the Cade, so pretty standard. Basically everything being the same, exception being Maverick going to be allowed into this game compared to Game 1. Jackal going to be taken off the board. And of course, before we hop into the action here for game number 1, I want to give a couple thank yous. First off to everybody for tuning in, but also to our sponsors, of course, that being St. Clair College, the St. Clair College Alumni Association, the St. Clair SRC, Zeckelman School of Business and Information Technology, PC Outlet, and Tim Hortons. Big thank you for supporting us here on the St. Clair Saints varsity esports team.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they
Second
can.
floor going to be the operating area here for St. Clair this time by on the defensive side. So we're going to see a bit of a castle play to start things off, get those barriers up to make things nice and difficult to slow everybody down. We do see Big Papa on the Goyo. First time we're going to be seeing him pull this one out here today. They'd be an Oregon specific pick here, of course. Blow up his shield, and you're going to set the entire room on fire. So something extra rather for UTD to worry about as they get ready to attack. Bonk Bonk going to be on Jaeger duty, Char's back on the Malusi, and Impact back on the Mutant. So a couple differences compared to the last game, but nothing too out there. Seems like it would make sense. That being said, on the side of UTD, Bait going to be back on the hard-breaching duty there on the Ace. Edgy, Janine going to be there with the Buck. Going to probably let him roam alone a little bit, maybe make some plays from below or above. Jacoby back on the Zofia. Zug back on the Ash as well. Had himself a fantastic game number 1 alongside the rest of his squad as well, of course. Jacoby going to be doing a little bit of extra hard-breaching as well. Going to pick up that Maverick that was banned in the last game, but of course, being able to just torch through and make some nice, gigantic holes if he really wants to there with that blowtorch. Big Papa on the other side here. We see Bait and Zug both right here on the balcony ready to start making their move. Gonna definitely have to be careful, of course. Zug nice and slow trying to make his way through. Maybe try and spot a barrel or something. Impact's going to take a little bit of damage. In fact, he's going to take a lot of bit of damage, as that is going to be Kobe with the flank, but a Bonk Bonk with the refrag. He's going to find himself a double kill. Huge start here for Bonk Bonk, of course, formerly known as Kira. And Zombie Dude going to get himself on the board this time. Nicely done, taking care of Zug, taking care of one of the main entry fraggers for this side of UTD. And so far, honestly, the Saints defense looking strong, 4-on-2, but I don't want to call it before it's done. Triple kill now for Bonk Bonk. And that is going to be Big Papa who takes care of Bait, which means St. Clair are going to start things off strong, find themselves the first victory here. And the second floor kids room going to get themselves on the board, 1-0. Alright, St. Clair, this is definitely different from what I used to see from them here on Oregon. Not only did they find the victory here on the defensive side of things, but I would go as far to say that was a rather decisive defensive victory. So nicely done there. In fact, a little bit of a adjustment possibly being made here for the side of UTD in regards to their hard breacher, unless they opt to 6-pick something over, which we'll see in a moment. We still have a couple seconds left if they do want to opt to do something. Not looking like it's going to be the case, so the Thermite going to get picked up here for bait this time. Of course, trading the ability to hard breach from afar, but slow, with the fact that you can get up close and personal to a wall and just blow a gigantic hole through it. A little more old school traditional, but at the same time, there's a reason why for the longest time Thermite was basically always must pick. But at the same time it was before. A lot of these newer hard breachers did get into the game, but hasn't been completely power crept on. Definitely has his uses.
5 seconds left before
And then Saints, sure enough, don't switch anything. It ain't broke, don't fix it. Gonna keep the same style this time by here for this laundry room basement defense. And looks like the side of UTD gonna just come on through this front door. Kobe gonna open fire here to open the door, and now it's just gonna be utility going right through this front door. Do the Saints get open fired upon here? Does Lukobi and Edgy look to make a move? Jacoby up on the high ground, actually, it looks like. No, it's gonna be his drone making his move. But he does have Zug alongside him too, so bit of a possible two-pronged attack coming out here. Lukobi gonna start things off. Does have the Maestro torch, and he actually does a tiny little murder hole just to peek on through, and that's going to give the information necessary for Zug to just open fire, take care of Big Papa. And the rest of the team moving on forward. There's that exothermic charge, going to make a big old hole through that wall. Nicely done there, uncontested it looks like. Nice shot from Edgy, right through these little murder holes coming out here from the Kobe. He's not even trying to burn through the wall per se to make a hole. He just wants another sight line that you can shoot through, and it's been absolutely perfect. We do see the Goyo shield getting exploded upon, so Bait's gonna have to slow down for just a second. As the thermic charge going down, that's gonna end up blowing a hole through something in just a moment's time, and the diffuser does get planted down. Where is Charles? He's the last one alive here for St. Clair. He's up against 4. This is going to be a tough one. Charles spots the player. He's not going to be able to open fire, however. Tries to hop through the wall. It's not going to be the case. Bait is ready and waiting. UT Dallas back on the board, 1-1. Now the hometown crowd really hoping here that this isn't going to be the pattern at its finest here. Of course, Saints, they won the first round. In the past, this is where everything just goes all downhill. So we're going to have to see if Saints can make the proper adjustments to try this basement laundry room defense again to find themselves in the W column this time by, because they just got picked out left, right, and center. They had themselves a dominating first round defense, but then got dominated on the second round from that attack from UT Dallas. Well, am I going to possibly be the answer here? Try and interfere with a little bit more of the utility-based play coming out from UT Dallas. I know right off the start anyway, they were able to get themselves into position via an early flashbang to give up that front door.
Bomb located by attackers. 10 seconds left. 5 seconds remaining. Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
Initiate jammer! Catching projectile. Throwing flash grenade. Swapping mags.
Swapping mags.
All right, round 3 now underway here. Zug is basically by himself from a different angle here, while the rest of his team opting for the front door entrance once again. Able to beat on through, but maybe not as effectively. We'll see if that grenade does find its mark. Looks like it got scooped up, so that will my play. Going to make things a little bit nicer here this time for St. Clair. Chars, however, in a bit of a gunfight that he does not seem to be in the benefiting side of, at least as of right now. Kind of stuck in a corner. Definitely a rough spot to be in.
A bomb has been located.
Zug moving on forward. Spots at one of the Saints. Not going to take him up this time by Jacoby right behind them as well. Looking to start making a move. Edgy Name has the flank on the other side. And sure enough, Big Papa's going to take care of Bonk Bonk. The team killing incidents here for St. Clair continue. Bit of a jump scare takedown, looks like, of sorts. And of course, the mute jammer this time here from Impact is stopping that exothermic charge from going off. So nicely done there from Kobe. Get that wall opened up so you can kill that jammer. But Char's going to find himself a huge double kill, actually, to try and even this one up, but he is going to get traded out in the end. Zug's going to take care of him that time by. Another gunfight here for Zug. He's stuck between two. Zombie Dude going to take care of Jacoby as well from the other side. Smoke canisters from Impact going to try and slow things down just a touch. Edgy and Zug, though, to try and clutch up this attack. Edgy making a move. If he moves now, he's going to get the jump. He's going to shoot his own teammate, however. Knocks him down. 1-on-1. Unfortunately, that's kind of what happens when you run in front of a gun like that. But a huge switch from Edgy, picking up the kill with the buck shotgun attachment in that close quarters engagement. Perfect. One shot, one takedown. Makes up for doing a little bit of damage to his teammate, but he clutches up in the end. And that's going to be UT Dallas taking the lead, 2-1.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Back to the second floor this time by here for UT Dallas. Had themselves a bit of a slow start here last time by. That's where the Saints were able to defend. Had that a little bit backwards, of course. It's going to be the Saints on the second floor this time by. A couple rounds going past. They can try this site again, see if they can score themselves another point on the board. If they can hold this one nice and strongly, of course, we see the Saints teaming up to do a little bit of redecorating to the house itself. As many rotation holes as possible.
Attackers' objective is to locate a bomb and defuse.
Now let's hop on in. Zug, of course, going to be off by himself. Rest of the UT Dallas squad basically keeping themselves together. The main change this time by Edgy Name going to be here on the sledge. We have a Monty this time here from Bait as well. So we have the beefy boy, the tank himself, ready to get into the game. Zombie Dude taking a massive chunk of damage. Not 100% sure what happened there. We do have Kobe here as well, going to be playing the gridlock. So a couple different operators this time by. Considering the first attack on this site did not work, I like that they're trying something different. And here comes the big tank, of course, has that shield out ready to go. He's not a fast operator, but he can sit there and tank bullets for days as long as he has that shield in the right positioning. Up on the balcony, just as long as he doesn't get flanked on, he will be fine. Of course, the rest of the team, it's not completely deathballing around him, but definitely going to put that Monty in a place that makes things extremely uncomfortable for the Saints, especially now, these narrow hallways of Oregon. Hard to get around Monty unless you can get around in regards to a flank of some sort. Going through another room or something. Banshee device going to make things a little bit difficult for him, but he's going to get himself exposed. Saints know what's up now, so right in the stairwell, completely blocked off here. Bait gonna hold the floor. I believe that is Zug right behind him as well, so Bait gonna try and just lead the charge here for Zug. Maybe let Zug pop off a little bit. Somebody maybe trying to make a flank onto him. Bonk, bonk, getting open fired upon. Gonna win that battle, though. That was up against Lukobi's Gridlock, so gonna be taken down this time. Char's gonna find Zug as well. Gets around the Monty. Bonk, bonk is gonna get knocked down, however, so he's gonna be taken down out of this one. Jacoby's still on site. The only one I think anywhere near the site. Never mind. You do have Bait here as well, and that's definitely one way to deal with Monty is get the smoke out here. Jacoby, however, finds himself a double on the Chars in the impact. Nicely done. Gonna see 40 seconds left to go. Bait is moving on in, trying to pinch Bonk Bonk. He pulls his shield down, however, to try and take a shot. Ill-advised. He's going to get shot down. Jacoby, quadra kill, an edgy name, going to secure the victory here. And yeah, he wanted that ace. He got the 4K. He wanted that last one, but edgy going to finish the job nonetheless. And at the end of the day, that puts UT Dallas in the win column once again, 3-1 in the lead. Round number 5, looks like Saint's going to try that second floor kids dorm room once again. And we'll see if they can pull this one around. Obviously, we know they've done it. They've done it once prior already here in this game, but the little adjustments that the UTD squad did in that last round was definitely interesting to say the least, even though it didn't necessarily go to plan off the start. But nonetheless, between Jacoby's Quadra and Edgy's finishing blow, he was able to turn that game or that round on its head. But no more Monty stuff this time by. Gonna put Bait back on the hard breach, back on that ace. A little bit of shuffling around here in regards to some of the other operators, though. Edgy gonna be on the sledge and Jacoby on the Zofia still. But Zug and Jacoby basically switching places here, as Zug's gonna pick up the Maverick instead of the Ash. And that's an early kill. Edgy catching somebody, catching Zombie Dude right out the window. Nice quick move there from him, so to the point where I had no idea that was even happening. Nicely done there, Edgy name. Gonna get himself at least into the building nice and quick. Jacoby there alongside him as well. Bait's still outside. We're gonna see Zug there, of course, on the Maverick. Gonna be burning a hole through this reinforced wall. See in just a second. Bait is still looking for, if anything, it looks like the Bait is actually looking for the flank in this situation. And Jacoby nearly has the angle. They're going to blow a hole for now. Teamwork able to just blow right through that reinforced wall like it's nobody's business. A couple of steel shards, however, going to make traversing that hole a little bit irritating, but still not impossible nonetheless. As we see Jacoby making his way through, going to just absolutely litter that area with utility, litter it with grenades. Impact is going to be forced to pop one of these gas canisters nice and quick, actually. Slow down Jacoby just a little bit. So while they're here, might as well take care of as much of this defensive utility, of all these gadgets as much as possible. And Zug actually coming from the other side. Is he looking for the flank? He's going to make his presence known. There is a Saints member with a very late reinforce, actually. A little bit awkward on the side of St. Clair. A whip a grenade through as they just cross on through. That's going to be, I believe, Impact with a shotgun. Ready and waiting. Looks like at the jump, he's not going to be able to do so. The flank from Lukobi keeps Zug alive. Big play there from Lukobi to keep him alive, which means now Bait has the diffuser. He's in the midst of planting it. Will he be successful in doing so? In fact, he will. So, going to make it extremely difficult here for St. Clair moving forward here. Bait's on site. Jacoby going to find himself one as well. Finds himself a double. Where is Jacoby right now? He's going to find himself the triple. That's 2 rounds in a row of multi-kills here for Jacoby as he cleans up this room nice and quick. Finds himself one, finds himself another, and he found himself one prior to that as well. So absolutely on fire. Jacoby looking fantastic here in game number 2 and puts UT Dallas just that much more ahead now. 4-1. The streak, the pattern, it's here. Saints are trying to break it, but they just cannot quite get it for the life of them. Going to try and bring this back to the laundry room, back to the basement, and see if they can turn this one around, but they're definitely having themselves a hard time here. Where are all the Saints fans? It's kind of quiet in here. I don't blame them with the way this game is going, but we definitely, if there's any Saints fans in the chat, of course, we do need some energy for your squad. Of course, momentum not in their favor, but can still turn this around. It is not over yet. Halftime is right around the corner, but it's looking very similar to what we saw in game number 1, where one side of things just seems to run away to the point where the other side is going to make things difficult. The only difference is this time it's St. Clair's defense here on Oregon that is just unfortunately ever since round 1 just getting taken down. So putting UTD on defense kind of makes me worried a little bit, considering majority of teams are more comfortable on the defensive side of things, and UT Dallas looks extremely comfortable here. This is an aggressive lineup. Okay, never mind hard breach or anything. We are just going to, like, are we going to rush here onto this point? We very well might, and Edgy is going to find the first elimination here in this round. First one to make it down into the side of things, as everybody on the side of UTD with an extremely aggressive, like, front line not hard breaching, but entry frag operator. Looking forward to seeing where do these Candelas come through. Here we go. Here's the fireworks show. Bait going to lead the charge here. And Impact just completely blinded, not going to be able to do anything. Allows Bait to get the quick kill, gets this diffuser down. It's going to be all up to Zombie Dude to try and do something. He stops the diffuser from going down, to be honest. And this is doable. 1v2, one-on-one now. Zombie Dude in a position to clutch, but where is Jacoby? He does have the diffuser. He was faking the plant, but can he stick it? A little bit of noise being made. He's going to put this diffuser down. Where is Zombie Dude? Not realize it's going down. He's going to get tied up a little bit. He's going to open fire. He's going to do some damage, but it's not going to be enough to kill. Jacoby going to get out with his life. Diffuser down, forces Zombie Dude to make the move. Can he find himself on the right side of this flank, or is he going to be the wrong side of the barrel?
Position compromised.
Spots the diffuser. Goyo shield going to get blown up this time from Jacoby, just so that he can't get chased down. I like the idea. Fakes the defuse. I like the shots there from Jacoby. Tried to go through the wall very similarly to what Zombie Dude tried to do to him. Shots fired. Zombie Dude gonna get it. Does he have enough time to get this defuse? I think he has it. He's gonna probably, sure enough, get St. Clair on the board one more time. Sure, you play regular style here, play a little bit of a meta composition, Saints are going to fall. But you try to cheese us with something, it is not going to work. We're not falling that easy. Saints going to take the victory here and get their second round win of the game. That being said, momentum is still, I feel like, not necessarily in St. Clair's favor. If anything, that's one of those kind of rounds that you kind of chuckle off. It's like, haha, they tried to do something silly to us. Okay, we can at least stop that one. But it's still not the kind of round to give you super amounts of confidence. We'll see if they can take this into the next round. However, of course, the 6th pick from Char's was hovering 0 at one point, but going to pick up the Ash instead. Bonk Bonk on the Twitch. Zombie Dude's going to be playing the Roamer duty, this time here on the Nomad. Impact on the Zofia as per usual. Of course, Big Papa hard breaching on that ace roll. Seems like he's been picking up for the first time competitively here today, unless it happened last week during an off-stream match. Yeah, UT Dallas up 4-2. Finally getting themselves on the defensive side of things. A comfortable side for majority of teams. Probably feeling pretty good. But taking a look at the scoreboard here this time, it is a completely different story here for this side of St. Clair. Bonk Bonk with 7 kills. Zombie Dude with 7 kills. Chars with 5. Impact, who was going absolutely nuts in the last game, still has yet to find a kill here in this game. And Big Papa only finding the 1 as of this moment. Meanwhile, on the side of UT Dallas, it's going to be Jacoby who leads the charge alongside Edgy Name, 9 and 8 kills respectively. Anytime I see Zug near a window, definitely makes me nervous that some sort of peeking is going to happen here, but not going to be the case. No runouts or anything as of this moment, but I'm going to try and keep an eye on that as this round goes forward here. He's looking, but he's not going to quite find anybody as of yet. Everybody's on the side of the Saints, pretty much on the other side. The Bonk Bonk going to be the first one in. Bait is going to take care of Zombie Dude nice and quick, however. And then Edgy Name with the Nitro Cell going to take care of Impact. So Impact's struggle is going to continue here in this round. Edgy going to get played around with a little bit. Char is going to find his first kill in a good while here. It takes care of Bait.
Activating shock drone. I'm out.
Big Papa collision course here with one member on the side of UTD. Chars goes down. Zug finds an opportunity. Does get taken down, though. That was Bonk Bonk this time by Big Papa. Gonna find Edgy Name, so a 2-on-2 to possibly finish this round. Jacoby, though, still alive alongside Lukobi. Both Kobys here alive and well. Can they stop that diffuser from going down? They have to hold for another minute 15. Bonk Bonk trying to drone in here for Big Papa. Try to maybe let Big Papa do the entry fragging here in this situation. But where are the members of UTD? Basically right below, sharking below. Lots of ADSs in a row there. Interestingly enough, going to take one with them for this last little operation. Fair enough. Bonk Bonk and Big Papa line them up. Let's see if they can make the move. They have 40 seconds to try to make this happen, but Jacoby is ready and waiting on the other side. He's going to get tagged up just a little bit. And the ace charge is going to blow a hole through that reinforced wall, so he does not have much room to actually make a move in the slightest and try and make himself go the other way. Jacoby going to get taken down. Big Papa secures the kill. It's going to be all up to Lukobi to try and finish the job here for the side of UTD, but it's going to get distracted by fire, by smokes. Not a lot going in his favor. This diffuser is getting put down through the smoke. Gonna try and get the pop shot there onto Bonk Bonk. Not gonna quite find it, however. Does take care of Big Papa. He knows where the other player is too. Tries to get the pre-fire onto Bonk Bonk. Not gonna find him just yet. He's sharking him down. He gets the shot. Huge flick. And he's gonna take care of Bonk Bonk. Just has to find the diffuser, but there's no more smoke left. This should be nice and easy. Gonna take care of this. Deactivate this diffuser and put UTD 2 rounds away from victory here tonight.
Defenders have disabled the bomb diffuser. Defender mission successful.
The Saints are so close from making some of these rounds happen, but they're just not quite finding the last little bit necessary to close these ones out. Unfortunately there, for the St. Clair squad, going to get cleaned up. Lukobi coming in clutched in that 1v2. Took care of Big Papa, then found Bonk Bonk. Just a beautiful flick right into the midsection of Bonk Bonk, able to finish that one off. That lone gunfight definitely turning the round. So big props, of course, to Lukobi on that clutch. Bonk Bonk, him and Han as to which operator to pick here in this situation. Going to be opting for the Twitch.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
And of course, going to go right back down to the basement.
Heads out. Go get them, mate. Unit deployed and waiting target. Heads active. Ready to engage.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds.
Similar setups this time by. Instead, we're going to see Zug, though, on the Mozzie.
Attackers have
Bait on the
located
1 mine
a
as
bomb
well.
and defuse it. Attackers have located
So a
bomb.
couple fine adjustments. I mean, fair enough considering that won the different site this time by, but also knowing that, yes, we won that round, but just barely. Always being able to change and adapt, even on rounds that are victorious. Definitely a solid skill, because just because it was victorious doesn't necessarily mean that it was good, so
Reloading. Cover me.
good discipline on the side of UTD. Edgy name, gonna take care of Bonk Bonk in a blink of an eye with that nitro cell, blowing him up. Of course, with Bonk Bonk being one of the members on the St. Clair side of things, doing a ton of fragging here in this second game, taking him off the board nice and quick. Definitely a big boon for the side of UTD. Impact a little bit short, though. These little peaks coming out here from the UT Dallas player on the other side, just getting him time and time again. Big Papa going to try and make the move, and he is going to be able to do so. Going to find himself a little bit of a revenge kill here onto Lakobe after that last round. Again, these peaks right around the corner, quick little peaks. Just tuck, shot, back and forth, back and forth. And then we can see the grenade floating up into the skies of sort, making that smoke useless. That is one mine. That's bait coming in clutch there for his team. Those magpies of sorts making things a little bit difficult. As soon as I switch things up, though, edgy name going to take care of another one. Diffuser down. Jacoby finds himself another. Char's in the midst of a battle. He's not going to win that one. Jacoby again finding himself a multi-kill here in this game. Gonna get smoked by an air jab, but it does not matter. Zug's right there. Zombie Dude goes down, and this puts St. Clair in the hot seat once again, as we do have the side of UT Dallas in match point. Alright, St. Clair. It's a now or never. Time to pull through. Can they make one of these attacks stick, or are we going home before 11 o'clock on an R6 night? We'll have to see momentarily. We have a couple of cheeky operators on the side of UT Dallas for this defense. Should be interesting. I always am interested, nonetheless, when we do see the Alibi in play. Basically, the most mind-gamey defensive operator here in the game with those either holograms or whatever you want to call it, but the clones of herself that scare you into shooting the hologram, but if you do shoot it, you expose your location.
Activated device.
5 seconds remaining.
It's an interesting way to use it as well if you want to possibly put it near one of these
Attackers objective
windows,
to locate
unless it's going to be a
bomb.
peek. Okay, what on earth is this?
말보다는 행동이지.
That is a BM moment if I've ever seen it. Zug just absolutely nuts. Does that say that the player is outside? Oh my god, it worked. Zug absolutely just on another level here today. It does say identity like player there, so no wonder. Bonk Bonk curious as to what was going on there with that player. Sure enough, it was a clone. You got baited, good sir, and you get taken down. Good night indeed. Jacoby finding another one as well. Saints down to 3 players left. Definitely a tall task for the hometown squad to try and pull this one up. The game is definitely looking tough. Big Papa does still have the diffuser, but it seems like no matter where the Saints go, there is somebody right on their tails, regardless of what they try to do. They're going to try and make their moves, try and get a little bit of droning in at least, try to figure some sort of play out here. You still have so much, like, mind gamey shenanigans still to deal with. Like, we saw, like, Zug popping off or whatnot, but you still got to worry about the Kobe sitting here on the Vigil. Of course, not spottable by any of the drones when he has his gadget open. So Saints could always be on a collision course and not even realize it. Saints gonna try to make this happen, but it's only Zombie Dude and Char's inside. Big Papa's still there on the outside. And shots fired. Zombie Dude gonna trade back and forth here with Zug, and that's going to be edgy. Takes care of one. Bit of a back and forth battle. It's gonna be all up now to Big Papa to clean this one up. He's going to find one. Does take care of Bait, but can he find anybody else? He's gonna go basically even here with the Kobe, but he still has to worry about a couple more. He's gonna take care of one, but that's not going to be enough. University of Texas Dallas going to clean up St. Clair in 2-0 fashion here in this Friday night Collegiate R6 matchup. Two players on the side of University of Texas Dallas sitting there with 12 eliminations that game. Of course, that being Edgy Name and Jacoby, both players on an absolute another level here today in regards to their striking ability and then just the craftiness coming out from them as well. Solid strategic play, but also with a couple cheeky things thrown into the mix. Definitely kept things interesting, to say the least, here in this Collegiate R6 match. But unfortunately, here for the hometown squad for St. Clair, the struggles seem to continue this season, with winning the first round, and then everything else just goes downhill, as they just cannot quite find themselves on the W side of things very often as of late. But these are still some very, very solid teams. Don't want to give any hate, of course, towards our squad. They're doing the best they absolutely can, but they're going to get topped off here once again here tonight, as they do end up going down 2-0, 7-2, I believe, in both games. Of course, again, GG's to University of Texas Dallas, and a big thank you to everybody from the University of Texas Dallas tuning in and watching their squad here on the stream. Big thank you to the Saints tuning in as well. I know it can be sometimes a tough time to watch a team go down, but still, definitely big thank you for your support. Big thank you for everybody's support, whether you're here for Saints or for the side of University of Texas Dallas, and thank you for supporting your esports organizations and your teams. With that being said, though, last thank you here for our sponsors, of course, being St. Clair College, the Zekelman School of Business and Information Technology, EC Outlet, Tim Hortons, and the St. Clair College SRC and St. Clair College Alumni Association. Thank you for supporting us here at the St. Clair Saints varsity esports team. And of course, I may not necessarily be wearing it right now, but if you do want to get your hands on some Saints merch, be sure to join us on our acquired.ca website, acquired.ca/saints, and get yourself a mask, jersey, track jacket, sweater, and more to come here on the Acquire shop. So go rep your Saints in style. Then, of course, I do want to mention as well here that recruiting is already going on for September 2021. Make sure you get your application in stclairsaints.ca/join with the titles you see on screen. Make sure you get it in as much as or as soon as possible so the coach can contact you. And then it may not necessarily be on the page itself, but if you are interested in working production, whether it be as an observer, director, or you want to get involved in commentary, please join the St. Clair Saints Discord channel and message me, Mr. Danners or Dan Banner, on the Discord as well, and we can get you involved. I'm in progress of trying to level up as many new commentary members as possible. Give any student of St. Clair the opportunity to level up their commentary ability. And then without question, one more second here. Let's take a look one more time, of course, at the matches that we do have coming up next, because the week is still going to be busy. A couple leagues have finished, but there's a few that actually just got started. Of course, Saturday, 7 p.m. So, yeah, tomorrow it will be Activision Blizzard Call of Duty Cold War Collegiate League going to be taking place. Should be a good one, actually, considering we're going up against FSU, who is a top 25 CCL team. Our Saints have had a hard time versus these top 25 teams, but a lot of those matches have been close and strong, so make sure to tune into that one. It should be a good match. Then on Monday, going into the next week, of course, we start things off with Play versus Overwatch. Then on Tuesday, 5:30, NECC Rocket League action. Wednesday at 8, Play versus Fortnite. Trios action. Then going into April, we're not fooling anybody here. It is just strictly Overwatch NECC action. Looking forward to that, plus many more matches, possibly some double headers, but just have to confirm some things first. So still, plenty of action here on the Saints Gaming CA Twitch channel. Be sure to follow us and make sure you don't miss a beat, and get all the results on our Twitter, especially with some more news coming out as more and more players start getting recruited. Get to know some of our Saints as we get started into, or start getting ready for September 2021. Be sure to follow us, Saints Gaming CA, on Twitter. But with that, we shall close out here for tonight. Saints struggle, or the Saints R6 squad struggles, unfortunately, do continue. They still have a couple more weeks left to return and get a bit of a rebound going, and we'll see them next Friday, more than likely. But with that, we shall close out. So thank you all again for tuning in, and I will catch you tomorrow for Call of Duty.